Here's how you doing? And a little stream tonight. Pretty simple what we're doing tonight. I'm gonna just go and do this entire about all we do. So try a different method. Oh, six. Got the headaches. Where did I put my scaffold? As you can see, these guys are actually going. I got the lava. There's multiple reasons. I'm doing good. Hey, I'm gonna need to be gone here. So starting. No, Thursday. I will be in a different state, visiting family. So stream is a short stream tonight. Started really when I'm getting off. So much we're gonna go for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna try to be really on that. So this is just another way for me to get the stream. Barely hear me. I knew something messed up. So I don't know why. Don't know why. The gain on my mic got turned all the way down to 0. So, yay. I don't know why though. But hopefully that's better. It should be better. From what I was seeing, it was better. But I'm also going to need to plug in my microphone. Or, yeah, it is better now. So, all right. I actually need that up. I muted and then, like, I did something and it just was like, oh, we're going to just lower this all the way down to 0 now. So, that or it's every time my computer resets, which is annoying. But I'm also going to take the opportunity to plug in my mouse. Yes, waves. What's up, waves? I also need to, just in case. Ooh. Yes. Like the long or the short answer is yes. Uh, and mouse is just not sitting right now. Um, unfortunately, death was something I've had to deal with for a very long time. I've had to deal with death for 20 years at this point because I lost my grandmother when I was 9 years old, almost 10. And to say she was like the purest form of a human would be an understatement. Like, she was straight up the nicest person anyone would ever meet. And I'm going to be real honest, like, as much as I want to be like, oh yeah, I got over death within a few years, like, I don't think I actually got over death until relatively recently. Because it's just, when somebody shines so bright, it is hard to replace that light. Like, it is. Like, it just straight up is. Which sucks, but at the same time, part of honoring them is getting by and moving on to the next day, right? That is part of honoring them, so. But yeah. I find it's the instances where you can still talk to the person. Like, they're gone, but they're not really gone. That actually hurt more. Because, like, there's no option with my grandmother. Like, right? But a breakup, it's like, I still had their phone number, right? Yeah. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's really, really hard to see the end of the pain or the end of the, I guess, the light at the end of it. But eventually something comes around that can fill that void. Whether it be somebody else or it be some other thing you're doing in your life. Like, there is something that does come along eventually and replaces that. It is the wildest thing. You'll never expect it. And when it does happen, you'll be really questioning it. But, like, It will come along. Yeah, waves. I feel you. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing to remember is it's not your voice. Like, for me, once I started making that distinguishing factor, yeah, waves. Gonna ask a question here. Every time you reach out to this person, does it cause your depression and anxiety despite because they don't respond or they block you? Boy, I just need to move this all the way to the back. And I do have a reason for asking that. Like, I'm not just blindly asking that. Because the thing is, sometimes we want something to go back to normal so much. Like, that's the anxiety side of it, is we want things to go back to normal. We don't want things to change. We don't want different because different is different and it isn't comfortable. So it spikes our anxiety. So it puts us constantly on edge, right? But at the same time, it's growing comfortable with that different that can actually wind up helping you. Yeah. I've been exactly where you're at, Waves. I've been exactly where you're at. You're not crazy for thinking the way you are. Like, you're not. But the thing is, the thing that's causing you that pain wants you to feel that pain. It wants you to be hurting because it knows it hurts you. So, like, I'm going to break down a wall here. I'm going to break down a wall here. Like, I hope and pray for the day, and I do believe that I'm close to it, where I could hypothetically look my ex in the face or her parents in the face and not feel anything. Like, part of it is cutting off and just stopping the reaching out because that's going to harm you more than it's going to help you. But at the same time, it's learning how to work through that pain, which is temporary, It might take a long time. It might not heal on its own, but it is a wound. It's not permanent. You didn't lose a limb. It's just a wound. Eventually it'll heal. It might scar over, but it will heal. It will. Yo. What's up, Mel? How you doing? Yeah. That, like, it is a wound. And eventually you will heal. Like, that's the thing you gotta remember. Apparently nighttime out. Like, and for me to get, like, out of the full mental rut that I was in. What's up, Liam? How you doing? Like, for me to get out of the full mental rut that I was in, it did literally take me going to Costa Rica. Like, it did. As insane as that sounds, like, that is, like, what got me out of it. It wasn't, like, going to a different country. It was assuring myself that I was right where I was needed to be. And now I feel and know that I'm right where I'm at. So waves, like, if I'm right where I'm at, don't tell me it doesn't mean you aren't where you're supposed to be. Like, this interaction's supposed to happen. So you're where you're supposed to be. That is good news. Because that means you're on a path. And honestly, I think sometimes it just takes us, some people reminding each other, like, hey, I know I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And if you're interacting with me, like, that means you're where you're supposed to be too. Whether you turn left or right, you're on the path right now. And that path does have healing on it. It does have a future on it. Right? So. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just doing a short stream tonight. It's an hour and a half long. That's what we're going for. The way that we're doing this now is actually going a lot faster than what I intend. Yeah. Waves. I believe you're talking about this because you want to change, and I believe you have the strength to do it. I believe you have the strength to do it. I know there's something telling you you don't, but you do. But you do. You might not believe it right now, but I know you do. I can assure you, you do. That strength is inside of you. You just gotta find it. Just gotta find it. Because I know it just. I had more there. Oh, oh well. Well, but I know you have that strength inside of you. You can start making the change. Some days just tie. Like I said, some days are just a tie, and that's okay. We're good with ties. Because a tie is a win. Yeah. Yeah, we're going with just a simple stream. With how this is going, I think we're gonna probably also do that side and probably finish out this side. I don't know why I'm not finishing out this side. It's like I want to try this method. I want to do it as much as I can. I want to do it on the long sync to see if it is really faster. So far, it seems like it is. I think part of that is just due to it. We're just able to break everything right away like this, so. I always find that the less you have to move stuff, like the quicker something will be. Like the less you have to move items in your heart bar, the less you have to change tools, like just like quicker everything will go. Like, do you remember how long it took us to do that first one? Like, it took so long. We were fumbling around with scaffolding and all that stuff, and now, like, we're just zooming through it. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie, this has to be the most riveting stream on YouTube right now. Like, honestly, I know the Peanut's not live, so, like, we don't need to compete with him. Or he might be, but this has to be the most riveting stream right now. Just placing chess over and over. I love how we're still failing at placing chess. It makes my day. I fell. But, like, show. Now, why does this seem so much faster? Why is going forward so much faster? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Why is forward faster? Interesting. Interesting. It's all about the angle. It's all about the angle. Wonderful. You know, I totally skipped the recap on Vigilantes today. And now that like I'm 3 or 4 episodes in, I'm like, I might need to go rewatch that. I might need to go rewatch the ending of it because there's stuff that's I haven't seen yet, and I'm like, where's they at? Oh, that was scary. We're just gonna go back inside now. What's up, Peyton? How you doing? I just realized I'm on live chat. Um, unfortunately, Peyton, no. This is a very private server. I have a lot of builds on here that I'm very protective of, so I don't just let random people on. I need to know people for a good 6 to 10 months before I let them join. There's a lot of builds, like, there's justification for the size of the storage system I'm doing because of the builds that I do. So, but um like that. Mi amor, mi amor. I'm gonna need all these hoppers. I wish I could do it, or I could do this in some way that all the hoppers would be like the hoppers would lock and not fall all the way down. Or I could have them all collect in one spot. That would be even better. But this is about the best way to do this, especially now. All right. Anyways. Go like that. Should I have slept? Possibly. Does it bother me that we didn't sleep? Not really. It's not like we got zombies in here or anything. Alright, this isn't working going that way. I messed up too many times already for it to be like, okay, that works. Alright. Going backwards is faster, and we just decided to go. Going forwards is faster, and we just decided to go backwards. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Cool. Wonderful. Fantastic. Wonderful. See, the hoppers are just faster. I don't know what it is. The hoppers just feel faster. I think it's because I can click it a little bit earlier because they're not as big. So, but I don't know. Weird. It's weird how they're better like that. Anyways. All right. So if I dig out the bottom one, I will get one that I want back right away. Anyways. The less I do, the easier it goes. The faster it is. Wonderful. You know, there are times where being an idiot really helps. And smashing your face into things just really, really makes things go faster. So. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Whoop. Yo, what's up, Carson? How you doing? Carson and Finn, hello. I hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, no. This world has a lot of big builds, and I need to know people for a good 6 to 12 months before I let them join. So, because there's a lot of big builds on here that could wind up getting griefed. So, I know there are people that won't do that, and I trust 99% of people would not grief them. It's just that 1% that ruins it for everybody. So, But if I went and flew to another area, you'd go, yeah, I wouldn't let anybody on this world either. So. Only one person's allowed to blow up my builds, and it's me. Yeah, Carson knew. Like I just said, like I wouldn't doubt you wouldn't. Like, but it's the 1%. And my storage unit holds 5 million units, so kind of a how big do you think the world actually is? So let me show you why. So this is our current project. We're building a whole city. And this is just a little bit of the city. This is like 10%. Right? 10% of the city. We still got to build a castle, all that stuff. But then if we go over here, this is the build that I would literally destroy the world for. So we're in it right now. We're fully flying through it. Yeah. Yeah, it goes out of render distance. So, yeah. I don't let new people on the server. That's a simple, quick, easy explanation as to why I don't. So. But yeah. Where were we? Where were we? You know, the one thing that I really, really want to do is build the castle. But, like, the steps that I need to take to get to where I can build the castle are literally, like, ludicrous. Right? Like, I haven't built a castle in so long. I haven't built a castle in so long in Minecraft. It's like I need to build one. The last one I did was before I started this world. And it's not good. It's not good. It's really not good. Like, I want to build the castle so much. It's literally painful for me not to. Go like show. Go like so. You know, I'm doing this like this. Get the hoppers. If we're doing it like this, I should be able to make middle ones. And then What's your important question, Soul Reaper? If it's why so many, blame it on the stone. We go like that. If it's why I'm doing this, it's so I can access everything. Yeah, those people tend to wind up actually getting blocked in my channel. Like, I can do, like, people asking, like, well, the quickest example would be people coming in asking if they can play. I can deal with, like, 5 messages. After 5 messages, it's like you're just not accepting the answer that it is. So, mod's kind of the same thing. Like, people coming in asking for mod when I don't even know them, like, no. Like, I'll give mod to a friend that doesn't want it before I'll give it to somebody that comes in asking for it. Even if they're, like, long-standing, if every time I'm like, oh, I need to find a new mod, they're like, oh, well, I could be mod. Like, not to be mean or anything. If you're not a mod already, there might be a reason for it, but... Alright, that's how we're gonna do this. Yeah. That's not me. Like, I would rather not have mods and have to do everything myself than just to randomly give mod out to people that are, like, just constantly begging for it. Like, straight up, like, begging for it will get you banned. Like, that is something I 100% stand behind. Like, it's like mods at the end of the day for me are people that I trust wholeheartedly. They're not people that give me money or anything like that. Like, there is no number that somebody could give me to become a mod. No, Soul Reaper kind of feels like we're gossiping right now. Kind of feels like we're gossiping right now. I'm not gonna lie. Don't know if you could see that, but why not? You're on the portrait one, so I really don't know if you can see that. So no, you can't. Anyways, for some odd reason, somebody typed drop the deets. So did he authorize the use of the word? That would be insane. Uh-huh. He dropped the deets. Why not? I got nothing else going on. Waves, I did. I quite literally hydrated right when you said that. What do you mean that mod is still a mod to this day? They're not on my channel. You can't hear it, but I'd hydrated. The refreshing, caffeine-free Diet Coke. I could have left that there. No, I could have left that there. Yeah, it's not mine. My mods never show up anyways. Yeah. Gathered day up. I gathered that it was a different mod. You know, for that only taking 45 minutes, I fear this was going to be another one of those. Mob farm incidents. So that would have been awkward. That would have been so awkward. Drake, no. This world is very, very protected. It is an open or it is a server, but it is my server. Like, I pay for everything. And I have a lot of builds on here that I do not want anything to happen to, so the standard answer is no. That's insane. So that's insane. Like, so I do allow a little bit of mod abuse. Like, if a mod times out a VIP, they both know, like, the VIPs obviously has VIP for a reason. If they time out a VIP, obviously those two know. Like, they're just, it's just a game. Like, there's nothing serious behind it. The moment where a mod starts doing that out of malice, it crosses a line. Crosses a very big line. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I know there's people like that, like, that are just so... I don't want to say self-absorbed, but they get an ounce of power and it all just goes to their head. And it's like, really? I got banned on the Apex Legends Reddit because I shared a clip of a dude raging, like saying slurs raging. And there was a mod that went on a power trip and banned me for a witch hunt. I had a dev reach out to me and say they were going to flag their account. Yeah, like, I think there are some streamers that feel a pressure not to ban people or not to give special treatment because somebody gives, like, a lot of money. And, like, if I could get it through other streamers' heads that, like, just because somebody gives you money doesn't mean they owe you anything. Like, I would. Like, obviously, there's going to be feelings that form to a certain extent, but, like, those feelings are a lot more akin to friendships or just being cordial with each other than it is, like, anything past that. Like, the Emeru, do you know the Emeru situation that happened at TwitchCon? For somebody to walk up and just do that is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Somebody just does something like that. But yeah, also it's just like I feel like you need a good reason to actually mod somebody, right? Like it takes like either like your head mod or somebody being like, "Hey, I trust this person. Like this is who we should have as a mod," or somebody's just been there forever and knows exactly how you think and you get along with them. That's how you become a mod. Like I've had people like that just pop in and can I have mod? Can I have mod? Can I have mod? Like, dude, take a chill pill. Uh, yeah, like I've literally seen that happen before. Like I've literally seen that happen before, and it's like, yeah, that's just a bad look. Hmm. Ha 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 ha. Guess what, guys? We messed up. I literally have a template for this one, and I messed it up. I also didn't do the other layer. Like, whoops. Whoops, daisies. Whoa. What if I do this? Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. I need to remember that. The diorite and the... Well, actually, just that the gravel has a second. No, we literally talked about this in the last one. I don't need to do this. Yeah. Like, that's... There is such a thing as mod abuse, and I think there's a lot of people that get used to, like, mods timing people out that they don't fully recognize it when they see it. Like, how do I say this? It's okay to time people out. It's okay to time people out for a joke. It's not okay to time the same person out every time they talk in chat. Like, whether they're VIP, whether they're whatever they are, like, it's not okay to do that just constantly. Like, it never will be, it never would be, so. So if anybody's watching that wants to become a mod, like, straight up, all it takes is just gaining my trust and you'll get it. Like, it's not rocket science. Yeah. That's also just, like, I think also the inability to take action would also lose subscribers. Like, I had it when I was streaming on TikTok. People would come in and they would be saying not necessarily a bad message, right? They wouldn't necessarily be saying a bad message or something I necessarily agree with, but they would spam it. And it's like, dude, you need to pump the brakes. You need to pump the brakes. Like, that's not why everybody comes to the stream. Like, Waves, heads up, if you're on Twitch still, there's going to be an ad in 5 minutes. Yeah. It's one of those things, like, if you just, it's not rocket science, like, how to behave online. It's just people refuse to do it because they still believe that it's like it's an anonymous space when, like, it's not anymore. Like, it's the furthest thing from it. Oh, hey, that was really easy from this side. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Every time I get timed out of when streamers chat, it's for a good reason. It's not because I say anything bad. Because there's times where I say some crazy stuff. I will intentionally antagonize some of the mods, but then again, like, the mods are my friends. So it's like the same way that you just riff with your friends. Like, no, I didn't even need to change that. I call it training, though. I do think it's hilarious how in that chat, though, 95% of the time when somebody is banned, it's from the streamer. And it's usually because a mod just didn't do anything. Which is honestly kind of funny, but... Which reminds me, we haven't seen any bots on the Twitch site tonight. They must take Sundays off. They must take Sundays off. Now that I said somebody's going to pop up. Anyways. All right. Whoa. Hello? I'd like my hoppers, please. I do have calcite in here. Smooth basalt. And there's moss in here. And redstone. Don't know what that is. Or that. Oh, I also got glass in here, so. Oh, and I can move all the resin over. Wonderful. How many hoppers do you have? A lot. At least over an inventory full. At least over an inventory full. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. Each a lot of hoppers. I genuinely don't know, like, how many it actually is. Just because it got to the point where I had over an inventory's worth of hoppers at one point, and we used all of them. So, this storage system holds 5 million items. So, yeah. It's... The stack is 16 high. Each stack is 16 high. And then... I think it's 27. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16, 16, I think 27. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So 29 and 29. 29 times 29. No Soul Reaper. I don't need to make my world that big. Now you got me curious. $1,440 hoppers just on the chests alone, plus another 3 above, plus whatever's wrapping around. So it's a lot. Nah, I don't need to make my world that big. We're already making it plenty big with a lot of the builds, so. What about the name? You mean what about the name? Like the city's name of Finrad? Or... I'm doing this wrong again. Oh, you said about the name. You said about what the name. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. That's I'm always curious. If I'm being curious, that often leads to the funnest things. So, yep. That was your next unit. That's absolutely insane. I don't know why you would want to build something that high unless if you were making, I don't know, the Space Needle or the tower in Dubai or Sears Tower or the Twin Towers. Like, that's actually insane to build something that tall. Oh, like the name of it? Oh. Uh, oh yeah, if you got a name for that build, like sometimes it allows you to see into the world of what the person's thinking. If you know how they named it. Kind of the mind of the person. Uh, anyways, I did this wrong. You know, one of these times I'm going to do this the right way. And it's going to feel so incredible. It's going to be so fast. I'm going to be flying. I'm going to be flying. They going to call me Jeff Golden with how fast I be going. Uh, oh, NASCAR's back in 2 weeks from now. And the Super Bowl is next week, which I'll actually be watching from Seattle. So there's definitely a thought of like, I go to a Seattle bar. I go to a Seattle bar. Higher Heights data pack. Ah, the founding titan. You made the founding titan. Oh my gosh. You poor soul. You poor soul. And if you're wondering, I know exactly what that's from. And I know exactly what it is. Does it come complete with an Aaron inside of it? Uh, what? Ooh. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that like actually loved the design of the Attack Titan. Like, there's a part of me that loves like the hybrid elf design of it. And I'm not gonna lie, if elves were actually like ancient warrior class, dude, they'd be so cool. Like a warrior class elf that literally brawls is so Like, I think so cool. But I just genuinely like the design of the Attack Titan. Like, when it comes to like my hero design or anti-hero design or whatever the heck that was, and 4 blocks tall and 5 blocks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, all I did was took some iron blocks and some terracotta, and boom, he was done. I guess the question would be, what Jaw Titan? Uh, I'm not gonna. The Jaw Titan reveal, I'm not gonna lie, was definitely, I think, one of the best reveals outside of the. That's the one that came out of the ground. The one that like actually didn't have her capsule like inside the Titan, but on the outside of the Titan. You know. Um. Like the Jaw Titan reveal and the situation that they were in, like, was just so much better than any of them. Why am I blanking on the? I genuinely think the reason why I'm blanking on the name is because it was like 2 episodes this Titan was in, right? Like it did not have the emotional impact that the Jaw Titan had. God, what was it? The Warhammer Titan. Yes, the Warhammer Titan. That's the one I was thinking of. Like the Beast Titan was revealed, but he wasn't like revealed like through changing. So it was kind of like suddenly he's just there and everybody's like, what's that? But the way the Warhammer Titan was revealed and the way the Jaw Titan was revealed are definitely 2 of the best reveals in my opinion. The Jaw Titan because of the situation, and the Warhammer because the animation just was so cool, and then in the middle of it, the Attack Titan comes out of nowhere and mid-transformation just starts beating the crap out of it. Which, again, one of the funniest things I've ever seen, also. There was so much about that episode that just had me on the floor laughing. I know how the anime ends. I haven't watched it all the way to the end, so. But that entire fighting sequence with the Warhammer Titan had me on the floor dying of laughter. Just the absurdity of the entire situation, like. I think we're actually going to finish up right about on time, so. Yeah, welcome back, Waves. You're all good. Nice. Aaron would be cool. Are you... So I'm guessing if you made your build limit that high, you're using Chiseled Bits mod pack? And that's how you're able to do all these Titans like in really condensed forms. Would I be wrong for assuming that? Have I ever played GTA 5? Yes, I have. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And if you're wondering, I chose the third option. Everybody leaves. They haven't nerfed it yet, which is a good thing. But I can do the Cayo Perico heist by myself, like in 25 minutes to 45 minutes. Like the entire setup, everything, so. But I also like to do just other things in there. Like, I got weirdly into the tow truck stuff. Like, not like the missions or anything, but like towing people's cars. You're all good, Waves. You're all good. Good night, Waves. Stay awesome, be awesome. Don't forget that you're loved and that you make the world a better place by being in it. Stay awesome, be awesome, Waves. Could also make the first Titan, aka Ymir's Titan. Nice. You haven't answered me. Are you using chiseled bits for that? Like, because I don't imagine you're just placing like 3 blocks and saying this is Aaron Yeager. Like, hmm. Yeah. And do this guy. Then we'll do the next layer above it. Next 2 layers, how we have had to do them. But go like show. All right, so go like that. And then boom, boom. I always do that. I don't know why I always do it. I just do. Just do. What's up, Avis? How you doing? Roman. Hello, Roman. What is up? We are finishing up what we were working on for the night. As you can see, we got a lot of this stuff siloed. So, a lot of it siloed. So now I'm just going to go and... Yo, Avis, thank you so much for the sub. It means the world. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go get a lot of stuff that we can store in this system and throw it in. So, thank you so much for the sub, Avis. It means the world. Yeah. Yeah. Seen. So if I actually go over here, I have a box in over here that just has a whole bunch of calcite in it. Yeah. I'll actually take and put that calcite in. I'm gonna go get the glass that I can find. I'm also just gonna put pretty much everything I know that's in there in here. Because I think this one we're gonna have some extra space on. For some of this stuff, I just need to double check and see if I actually have it in the system. You know, I will be freed up some spots though. With how we're changing everything, we're introducing the other side, so. Yo, what's up, Leals and Waltz? How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. This is Java. Java, 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 Java. Don't mind me, just trying to help the algorithm. Still trying to figure out why that cow specifically spawned. I'm actually gonna. So we're gonna go throw this away. But that's good to hear. That's good to hear, Leo. That's good to hear. I'm gonna throw this away, and then I'm gonna actually do something that I've been wanting to do. All right. Yeah, we got a lot of shulkers now. We got a lot of them. Oh. Shaniqua out. Even though I don't know if that's actually the one we need. Yeah, I guess I need both. But we're gonna start clearing out some of this and putting in moss. Because moss looks better. So. Yeah. We're also going to have a lot of just little work that we're going to need to do on a lot of this stuff. It's like, it's not complete, right? So. Anyways, those guys are staying pretty darn safe, so that's a good thing. Yo, what's up, Sab? How you doing? How you doing? Gotta remember that there's a bit of a delay on YouTube. So. What do you mean by that, Leo? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know. I don't know if that was a compliment or if I said something and I have had this server for about 5-6 years now. I burned out a lot though, so like the server isn't where it should be. So, but I've definitely put a lot of time into this world and definitely shows. You can also kind of see the evolution of some of my building. So, it's getting more and more complex. So, yo, what's up, Minecraft Gamer? How you do? I'm on the latest update. That isn't the new small animals. Yeah, 6 years is wild, yeah. How you doing, Minecraft Gamer? Yo. Thank you so much for the sub. I'm going to avoid saying your name just because I know it's different than what that is. So, whoever it is. But yeah. This isn't even... Oh, so this is where I'm working at now. This isn't even my biggest build. This is probably my favorite build. Because this is Appa. Appa's home. So Appa gets to fly around in it. So... this is a jousting arena, obviously, for the new spears. And we were in here tonight. We're siloing our storage system. And then we have copper golems. So... But yeah. It's a lot of cool stuff. So, but I'm doing good. We're actually going to be ending here because I need to get to bed. So, it's that time of the night. So, we're going to go to our ending spot, and you guys are going to see my other side. My other spot that I don't really work on anymore because we're putting all of our energy into Finrad. So, Finrad's that spot we were just at. Going to be a whole, like, city by the end of it. So, it's the multitude of different various buildings. This is my mob farm. This is my biggest build. Actually has my first base inside of it. There's a storage system on the other side. And the reason I call it a mob farm is because it's literally a mob farm. So that was perfect timing, honestly. That was such good timing. That is the best timing I've ever had. But Yeah. I based it off the Temple of Artemis, but that's not even that's my third favorite build. This is my second favorite build. It's a bee sanctuary. This used to be my favorite build until we built Dappa's house. But if we go in here, and here I'm flying around in there. You can actually go in and, oh, I think I see one. Nope, that's just a hive. But you can actually watch bees as they go. So, yeah. I love it. I love it a lot. You can see we have all this honeycomb, so yeah. We're gonna end it there. I had a lot of fun tonight. We got a lot of stuff done, and it did kind of turn into the mob farm situation where it was actually not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. So we only got one bit left. That'll take us about an hour. So yeah, as always, stay awesome. Be awesome.